Wednesday, everyone. It's Hump Day.
Yes, it is.
Here in downtown Jackson. And our good friend Rachel Tipton is here. And that means we're going to talk about movies at Manpower,
Yay.
which is a good thing. But this is the summer finale.
Correct. Yep.
Yes.
Season finale. Last one. And I'm excited. The October one last year was a lot of fun. And I think this one will be just as fun. And, it's going to be this Thursday, tomorrow. I can't believe it's tomorrow.
I know.
At an earlier time, because sunset's at 6:30.
Yeah. So you can...
Yeah.
That does make it a little bit more convenient. You can kind of start the movie earlier, right?
Yes.
You know, for all of us old people that can't stay awake.
It'll probably start close to 7. I always want to reiterate that. Sunset doesn't mean that's when it's starting, because we have to have darkness for the screen to look great. And so, I think close to 7.
Okay, very good. And because it is officially October, can you confirm or deny that the movie may have an October theme?
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay.
A Halloween theme. We put the poll out there again this month, and immediately the votes came in. We had over 300 votes for this movie. So if you go on the Facebook page, look for Movies at Manpower on Facebook, you will see who the winner is. It'll be very obvious. As usual.
As usual. No, that's very good. And you all have done such an amazing job with this and expanded it so much out of this little brainchild you had. And then all of a sudden, here we are doing these movies at night. So, if you would, just kind of tell everyone a little bit about the details of what will happen tomorrow evening. And that will be in conjunction with our sidewalk market, right?
Yes. The Jackson Sidewalk Market is having the pink party.
Yes.
And they overlap just slightly, but just head on down whenever you're ready. Again, that's a great thing about Movies at Manpower. Come and go as you please. If you can't get there right when the movie starts, no big deal. You're not really interrupting anything. Same as if you have to leave early for anything. And bring your blankets and chairs and pillows, all your cozy stuff. The temperatures will be slightly lower. I don't know what it'll be in the evening. I mean, it's
Probably
calling for
sweatshirt
70s.
and sweatpants or something, kind of. Yeah, wear your comfy clothes.
Yeah.
We can finally get out some fall stuff, huh?
I'm excited about that. These cooler temperatures for a little bit. And no rain.
And
this
no
is the
rain.
first one. Cross
Ever.
my fingers that there's no rain.
No, it's not going to rain. It will not.
I don't think it will.
Yeah.
We do have Kettle Corn Craze is 100% going to be there, unless she tells me otherwise. But with it being festival season, we have had some of our vendors be pulled in different directions, which is totally understandable. So hopefully there will be at least one other vendor, but if not, feel free to bring cocoa, snacks. That's all has always been permitted, but we've always appreciated the support of our vendors because they in turn support us.
Yeah, absolutely. And our folks from the library are here. We're going to get to them in just a minute and talk about all the October fun events that are going on at the Jackson City Library.
Yes.
But I know that you wanted to give them a shout out as well.
Yes, the Jackson City Library has provided the DVD every single time for the Movies at Manpower. So if you've not been able to come to Movies at Manpower, or if you have and you want to rewatch the movie, then go visit Jackson City Library and you can check it out there because they have the brand new copy that's only been played once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. And of course, so many other things going on at the library as well. And you can check all that out. But they are just such good supporters of so many events, here locally. And we want to give them a shout out for that too.
Yeah, they're awesome.
And, there are so many moving parts to make Movies at Manpower, happen. I don't know how you do it, but I know there's a lot of people involved.
Yes. We gathered sponsors early on. So that was managed, and we had a large group of what we call the Hollywood sponsors, which are our top tier sponsors. And I want to give them a shout out.
Sure.
With this being a season finale, we couldn't have done it without them. We couldn't have done it without any of our sponsors and as well as our community supporters. But in particular, Michael's Ice Cream, D&W Homes, Andrea's Prom and Bridal, Kelly Wiley Group, KW Capital Partners, Humana Healthy Horizons, Ohio, Nia S. Henry Agent, Appalachia Realty, Ohio Valley Bank, and Ostheiser, Miller, Wagon, and Clag. I got that one right this time.
That's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful,
yeah.
And we, of course, are under SHAC, Southern Hills Arts Council, in conjunction with Marquet, and they've been very supportive as well. And lastly, the city has been helpful, obviously, with the
Sure.
The park. So Parks and Recs Director Ashley Aldrich has been an awesome partner to work with.
Absolutely. And this has been, I would like to, I'm not speaking for you, but I assume that you're thinking that this has been very successful.
Yeah,
and it's grown.
I think so. And we've also learned, every month you never know if it's going to be a success or not, how many people are going to show up. And we've been surprised every single time. And those times where we were maybe surprised by fewer viewers, we've learned what works, what doesn't work. And
Sure.
we already have some awesome ideas for next season.
So there will be a next
Oh,
season.
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where I was going
For
with
sure.
this.
Yeah, and the community has contributed some ideas, and I am 100% open to not just critique, but suggestions. What do you want to see? This is all for you. So,
And I that is the point. It's just a fun community event. But here's the thing, Rachel, and thank you for doing it because, you had this idea, and a lot of people, all of us have ideas. But then there's got to be that doer that makes it happen, and you did it. So this is like something that's really important for our community and fun for our community, and it's not easy to do. So thank you because you made it happen.
it's been a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed it hopefully as much as everyone else. And we've been able to also support other organizations through this, and I hope that also grows, like the Dog Pound and
Yes.
having activities with other organizations like the Kickball. So it's been a great season.
So get to movies at Manpower tomorrow evening. Will be we'll say this, Halloween themed movie, and you can check out the Facebook page. You can figure it out pretty quickly.
Yes.
And bring all your friends and neighbors and family and just have a fun time there in the park.
Yeah, we'd love to invite everybody to come out and bring whoever with you, friends, family. And we will also be giving away some fun tickets. We've tried to do that every single movies at Manpower. This time we're going to have tickets to Brimstone Haunt and the tail end of the Renaissance Festival, which has been really popular this season.
Nice. Love that. Yep, those Renaissance festivals are really
I know.
super popular.
I'm kind of just learning about them.
No, I think it's really, really neat. And I think it's a lot of, I was talking with the guys from the library off the air, and we were talking about why people like Halloween so much. And I think it's the same reason as the Renaissance, because you can just have fun with it. And there's not like a lot of pressure or anything.
No,
you can either go as you are, or you can dress up, or you can become somebody else, or you can do whatever you want to do.
It's so cool to see people transform into whatever they are at these festivals. I've seen lots of pictures, and I love a good theme for anything. So
exactly, it's fun. That's the whole point. It's just fun. So, well, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for
Get to
having
movies
me.
at Manpower tomorrow night. It is the season finale, and then they'll start back up in the spring. So, if you haven't gotten to one, this would be a great opportunity to do it. So, I'll tell you what, we have our friends from the library here, and it'll take us a minute to get everybody switched out. So we have some messages, and then we'll be right back.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, a telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
All right, and we are back with our good friends. Oh, no.
Just zip that up.
From the Jackson Library. Yeah, we'll just zip that up and pretend like you're not a floating brick.
There's a shark on it. Scoot over here.
With a shark on it. Is that a Jaws shirt?
It is, yeah. Look, you can see the floating shark.
I like
It's scary.
It is kind of scary. I mean, and the swimmer. That is hilarious. But no, Jackson City Library guys are here, and we appreciate you. And so let's talk about some of the fun events from. Let's see, we're in October today. See, this month having 30 days messes me up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like it. But Roger, John, Ian, just to let everybody know.
Hi.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
And they have to share a microphone, so we'll see if sharing is caring with the guys from the library.
They're going to sing a duet here in a minute.
It's like Lady and the Tramp.
Might do what? Don't go
Wait,
breaking my
where's the
heart.
spaghetti?
I'll be Elton John. Okay.
No, not familiar.
Okay, so this is starting out weird.
Okay. So, yeah. So who wants to go first?
John, talk about your programs.
Let me talk about my programs first. All right. So
Yeah, John,
we
talk about your programs.
So we got some spooky stuff, then we also got some educational stuff as well. So it being October, we have Master Storyteller Paul Strickland is going to come.
He looks like a character.
And he's going to be telling like spooky ghost stories. So this guy is a professional storyteller. He even has the word master storyteller. I don't know how he became a master.
How do you become a
They're
master
Studied
storyteller?
for 20 years.
There must be some kind of a storyteller guild or something like that.
Interesting.
Test.
That bestows
That or he
master.
just calls himself that.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
But no, he tours all over. Last time I talked to him, he was in Canada on tour doing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he goes all over doing these performances. So it says perfect for tweens, teens, and adults. These ghostly yarns deliver chills, laughter, and goosebumps in equal measure. Not recommended for very young children. So I might keep the littlest ones at home. but
Because maybe
the bigger
the
kids.
theme of the stories might scare them a little bit.
Yeah, I think he does like voices and things like
Oh, okay.
that. So that might cause him some issues.
Gotcha.
But,
And that is when?
Wednesday, October 8th at 6 o'clock.
At the library.
Yep. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've been wanting to have like a storyteller come. So I'm excited for that, and especially the subject matter because I really like Halloween and spooky stories.
Sure.
So got that to look forward to.
I mean, you could just get us all together. We could tell some stories.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't be library appropriate, but
Probably not, but it's all right.
You need to have like a Main Street TV after hours or like an evening show.
what we need to have is a B-roll of all the conversations that go on in the studio that aren't on the air.
Yeah.
It would make for a completely different show. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, all the squeezed in conversations right before the 9 o'clock countdown.
Yeah. A lot of them not, appropriate for here. So, anyhow.
And so every month I usually do a craft, and this is this month's craft. That is a spooky luminary craft. You probably can't see because it's so bright in here, but this is like a candle holder.
Wait, okay.
And what we do is we're going to Mod Podge these. I got a bunch of pictures of creepy Victorians, and
Which is not hard to find, by the way.
you scratch out their eyes, and then you put the candle behind of it, and it makes their eyes glow.
Well, how do you get the hole in the candle holder thing?
This is a glass candle holder, and I spray painted it black. And then after I Mod Podge the pictures on, I scrape out their eyes.
Oh,
and
there's not actually a hole. It's just glass.
Yes, there's just glass right there. And then when you scrape out the eyes, you scrape off the black paint
That's
behind
the blonde
it.
coming out in
So
me. Okay, now I thought you
can-
like drilled holes in it.
Yeah,
Never
you
mind.
can see,
Okay,
so
yeah, I
people
got
can
you.
have like a
Now, if you wanted to bring,
free spooky Halloween decoration.
I think that is so fun.
can you bring your own pictures? Like if you had like an X or something
Yeah.
that you were trying to.
Yeah.
Cool.
And another thing you
What-
could.
Just curious.
I'm just wondering if there's a story there, Roger.
Yeah, just curious.
Another thing you could do is like print out old houses and like scratch out their windows so it looks like their windows are glowing.
Okay.
But we're going to do creepy Victorians, and even just when it's like a simple picture like that, they're still.
When their
I don't
eyes
know.
are
Yeah,
glowing.
I don't know. There's
I
something-
love it.
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic.
So that's the craft we're doing for October.
And do you have to?
This one you have to register for
That's what I was
because
gonna
supplies
ask
are
you.
limited. You can call us and register for that, and we've already got like 5 people who signed up for it already, and we just started advertising it in the library like yesterday.
Okay, and that's October 21st.
October 21st at 6.
6. Okay.
Yep. And
And call to register
yes.
because they need to know how many creepy faces to cut
Yeah.
out.
And we're having a program during the daytime on October 22nd. It's kind of geared toward senior citizens. It is about helping them fight back against fraud.
Oh, good one. Because there's a lot of that.
About maybe a month or 2 ago, I went to a librarian conference, and these people spoke at it. They are the group called Pro Seniors, and they're going to do a presentation about different kinds of fraud, like email fraud, phone scams, romance fraud. Where it's like,
So you don't end up on Dr. Phil.
yeah. So that's going to be Wednesday, October 22nd at 3 p.m. at the library.
And I don't think that's necessarily just for seniors either, because there's a lot of people that can get taken by fraud and scams and all that.
That's true. Yeah. So this is a good opportunity to educate yourself and also learn what to do if you do get caught in this.
Okay.
Because I think it's just almost an eventuality that everybody's Social Security number is going to get put out there somehow. 'Cause,
Absolutely.
like, the guy that gave one of these presentations, his Social Security had been taken. I think it was like a breach at AT&T, he said. So
Interesting.
even if you're being careful, the companies that are responsible for that information, they might get
So,
hacked.
I mean, if you think about this, how many people have access to your information? The fact that it doesn't happen every day, all day long, is shocking.
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many people that you can't help it. They just have access to you, and you just pray that they choose not to do, nefarious things with it. But
And one interesting thing I learned during that was a lot of like the phone scams. The people that are calling you, they're actually almost like prisoners themselves, and they're working on behalf because they're being forced by the people that are like over top of them.
almost like slaves.
Yeah.
I got you.
That was interesting because the person you're talking to, they're just doing what they're told and they're forced to do it because they're
That's
in like a
sad.
foreign country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really, really sad. No, I had recently. I still don't know how it happened. It totally freaked me completely out. Someone got into my email, and they got into my so weird Hilton account and stole all my Hilton points.
Diabolical.
And then I know, right, like, but why? If you can get into my email, isn't
Yeah.
that the weirdest thing? But they booked a room, so I figured out the whole situation. Called the hotel, they told me everything, and they gave me my points back. So
Cool. Yeah.
but it was way more scary that someone got into my email.
Yeah.
And why they only did that? They must have really needed a hotel room, I guess. But
Apparently so.
But yeah,
it's a lot of work for.
isn't it very strange? But so
Yeah.
you just never know what people are looking for. I guess that's my point to that story: is it can happen to anyone, and it can happen to you, and change your passwords and stuff.
I've had my Netflix account get taken
yeah.
before, and I think what they do is they try something small like that to see if it'll
you're gonna
work
catch it.
and if you'll catch it, and then they can like try something bigger.
Yeah,
That's
'cause most
a good
people use
point.
the same passwords
Yes.
and usernames.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a very good point. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Okay. So no, that's why this is so important for everybody
What's
to
your mom's maiden
attend.
name?
I'll tell you off the air.
So that is Wednesday, October 22nd at 3 p.m. So
What's your first pet's name, Roger?
Scooby Doo.
Okay.
So it's a good time. Everybody can come out. Not going to be dark or anything. So we want to see a lot of people come out to this. And that person's coming from Cincinnati. So when people come that far, I'd like to try to get somebody to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is, I mean, we're talking about some serious good information. And you might not even help yourself, but you may help a family member or a friend or whatever with the knowledge that you gain by going to this. You can pass it along to other folks. So that's good.
Yep. That's, I think that's it for me. Ian?
Okay.
In what city did you meet your spouse?
Jackson.
Now we know.
All right. So tomorrow, I'm making ghosts out of little plastic bags. I know it's gonna be really exciting.
And these are for teens.
Yeah, these are So
He's not just doing it himself.
If you go to the library, you can just
at
watch Ian make
3:30.
ghosts out of plastic
I'm gonna
bags.
make a bunch of them.
Quit watching me.
Why is everyone
You're making
staring
me
at me?
nervous.
So the idea is you take the bag and then you take a couple bags and kind of stuff them into each other, and then you cut the bottoms off of them and you twist the head, and then you tie some twine around it, and it kind of puffs up the head a little bit, and then you can like hang it like a decoration.
Okay.
And you draw a face on it, and then obviously that's a very short thing, so you make a lot of them, and then you have like a
ghost army.
at least 13, I think, is what you need. Yeah, so that's tomorrow at 3:30. All these are at 3:30 on Thursdays, but the next week we have we did this last year and it was a big hit. But we're doing mask painting. I have these like blank white masks, and they're kind of like papery sort of, but they're real thick. And you can apply like a regular acrylic paint to them, and so you get a free mask to take home with that one. And you can design it however you want. We got quite a few, so if there's not that many people, you can probably do more than one. Last year they got really, really creative with them, so
What
I'm
was
excited.
like some of the things they do, like Squid Game and?
No, I didn't see any like that. They did the like clown ones that were kind of creepy, but then some of them just did like different colors and designs and stuff. They got kind of like a little trippy, very, very colorful, polka dots. I mean, like I said, some of them were creepy. Not all of them were, but it's just a kind of a good way to be very creative because it is literally just a blank mask and you can do whatever you want with it. I made 2 last year, one of which I was really proud of, and the second one was not nearly as good, and I think I threw that one away. But that's a really fun one, so I'm looking forward to that again. And then for the past couple years, I've done pumpkin carving. So that is going to be on the 16th. I am super excited because I love carving pumpkins.
That sounds like Jen would cut a finger off doing that.
You don't get really like a super. I'm not giving them like sharp knives. You get like I have those little pumpkin carving kits.
Like a little saw.
Yeah, it's like a dull saw. Basically, you'd have to really try to hurt yourself with that.
Oh well, you don't know me very well.
But that's something I always look forward to because I don't like to carve pumpkins at home because it's too messy. So I do it at work.
And that's the fun thing about we were talking about Halloween and just like it, being able to be fun and so you can make like your creepy pumpkin or your happy pumpkin or both or whatever you want it to be. Like that's what's the fun part about Halloween, right?
So that's gonna be a probably a registration event. I don't have a number of pumpkins yet. I'm not gotten a word back from my pumpkin person yet on that. So once my contact is
he's like a pumpkin dealer from my pumpkin dealer.
Yeah, that'll probably be limited on the pumpkins, but we usually don't have a problem with that. Again, I'm really excited for that. The kids are pretty good at this, or they have been historically, maybe not this year.
Awesome.
And then the 23rd, I have a Choose Your Own Adventure Goosebumps book. And I'm going to do a story time with that, and the kids are going to vote on like what path they want to go down and whatnot. I did a Choose Your Own Adventure story time over the summer that was pretty fun, and this one is a Halloween themed, so it will be topical this time. I never read these as a kid.
I did. I was obsessed with those things.
The one I did for the story time was like the first one I had ever read, and I didn't read that one ahead of time. And it got pretty weird. I liked that though, so I'm making a point to not read this one ahead of time either because it was pretty fun to have absolutely no clue what was going to happen. That one was like a haunted house, which I guess is also sort of Halloween related. But there was a point where like the protagonist of this story sort of like accidentally found a stairway to the afterlife. It was really weird. And that was kind of just out of nowhere.
They went for it, huh?
Yeah, I don't know how that necessarily related to the choice you made of like opening a certain door. And I think they were looking for their cat too. It was a bit much. Anyway, like I said, I didn't know it was going to happen ahead of time. So when I read it, I was just like, man, all right. So that's on the 23rd.
Those are great because you get like 5 books within a book because you can go back and choose another adventure. Yeah.
And then on the 30th, I have a board game called One Night Ultimate Werewolf, which is a really popular game, and it's kind of like a party game.
Never heard of that one.
It's sort of like everyone gets a little card, and all these cards are different people in the village, and they all do different things. And one of these people is a werewolf, and you all have to there's like a recorded app that goes along with this, and you all put your heads down, and the app will tell you one at a time. If you have this card, you can look around, and you can, depending on what your card is, you can look at someone else's card or so on and so forth. And at the end of the game, you all have to guess who the werewolf is. And the games last 5 minutes. And so you can kind of just play it again and again and again and again, and it's different every time.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's very, very fun. It's like I said, there's the game tells you how to play it while you play, so you don't have to. There's nothing to learn.
That's my kind of game.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's a really good time. I haven't played it in a long time, but like I said, there's nothing to learn, so it'll be fun. And
so you do have to bring your phone with you then, right?
I do.
Oh, you do?
It's just on one phone.
Oh, it's one phone.
And it's
not
like a pre-recorded thing, and it just every time, you could probably just look it on YouTube or something, but it'll say if you are the cobbler, you can wake up, and I don't know what he does, but one of the people, there's a person who doesn't sleep, the insomniac, and they can look at 2 other people's cards, but then even if you find that werewolf, someone else has a card that lets them switch around cards, and so yeah. So there's ins and outs of it. There's a lot of pointing and yelling and accusing statements and so on and so forth. But that'll be a really fun time. I'm looking forward to it. But that is all my Halloween-themed programs. We also have Roblox every night, except for the 14th. Roblox is at 6.
Every Tuesday.
Yeah, those are on Tuesdays. And I do Dungeons and Dragons at 3:30 on Tuesdays as well. And that's it.
So all that stuff for the teens, and you do have, the kind of the game room area and all that too, and kind of like the teen lounge, if you will, which is really cool at the library. And Roger, we haven't talked a lot since we haven't talked with you at all since you've been here, other than finding out,
Your 5 personal questions.
Yeah. Like who was the best man in your wedding, or
How many flight miles do you have? I've got a hotel taken care of.
What was
it? To get to a flight.
I know, right? I'm not telling you. Nice try, though. No, let's talk about the Potter Room for a minute. Because I don't think we talk about that a lot when you guys come in, and it's a wonderful place if you're having a meeting or that kind of thing. What do you guys utilize it for?
Yeah.
Kind of like a meeting room.
Aside from our stuff that we use it for internally, our programs and things, it's open to the community for nonprofit things that are open to the public. You're able to schedule it during our open hours. You just call and get on the schedule if you want to use it.
So if you
it's
have a
permanent
meeting,
home it's like a permanent home for Rotary, the Jackson Historical Society, the Genealogical Society.
I'm glad you said it because I can't.
Several places utilize it as their permanent home, basically.
And then, is there a rental fee for it?
No, it's free.
Well, let me ask you this: do you all host like showers or wedding showers, baby showers, anything like that?
No, because everything has to be open to the public. So I guess
gotcha. Okay.
Technically, if you wanted to say it was
everybody
welcome
to my baby shower, yeah.
Maybe you get more gifts.
Yeah, maybe.
But basically just community.
I gotcha.
Groups,
more community events. Okay. So that's just something that's open if somebody wants to, take advantage of that. I just want to talk about it because it's a really nice room. And
a lot of people don't realize that it's there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a nice thing. And also we have our outside space that we're doing a ribbon cutting on the 14th for. We have a shelter house that we built in the back garden. You have an invitation there you could open up.
It has my name on it.
But yeah, our new Discovery Garden has a shelter house that can be used for, it can probably hold about a dozen people if you want to have like an
that's
outside
awesome.
meeting or something.
The 50th anniversary celebration.
Yeah, that's our big thing that's happening this month. Is our
Just
it's 50 years at
50
21
years.
Broadway Street. So
Wow.
we're gonna have an open house, ribbon cutting for our new garden area in the back.
Love that.
We'll
That's
have
5 to
some
7.
crafts going on. We'll have the Columbus Symphony
Columbus,
Choir.
we have members. Columbus Symphony Orchestra is going to be there. There's going to be a string trio.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
That is
So
amazing.
it'll be a really nice get together, celebrate
like an
the
open
library.
house.
Yeah, and
And a
we'll have some
birthday party.
photos and things. It'd be kind of cool if people came that were maybe there during the original grand opening, and you could tell some stories. And
That
things.
would be
It'd kinda
awesome.
nice to collect that stuff. So looking
the-
forward to it.
The DM Davis Choir.
Yeah, the DM Davis Choir will be there.
Oh,
to
love
perform.
that. Hopefully it's a beautiful day and people can, enjoy the outside space too and all that. Well, tell us a little bit about the history then of the library. If it's been in its current location for 50 years, it was somewhere before that, correct?
Yeah, it used to be around where the fire department was at one point in time, which is where the PNC drive-through was its original home. In like 1906 or something was whenever it started.
Really?
So,
So there was a building there
yeah.
then.
Yeah, it was just in a little room or whatever. And then it moved to the memorial building.
Which I don't remember that, but I guess
A lot of
I
people,
wouldn't.
yeah,
I'm looking at
before
it.
our time.
Yeah,
but,
it's before
I mean,
our
a lot
time.
of people do. A lot of people tell me stories about being there or whatever. But the memorial building, which is getting torn down, so no one will ever
Correct.
know. But if you look at it, it actually says library on one of the concrete things on the front of it.
Does it really?
Yeah,
How have I seen that 100 times and not,
not noticed.
noticed?
Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like an Easter egg. Nobody notices. It's just hiding right there in plain sight.
It is true. I told Pete Wilson this the other day. So when I was a little girl, I was in the Legionettes. Well, that building was built as like the American Legion up above. They met there and did all that. Well, there was a little baton group called the Legionettes, and I was in that. And we practiced up on top of the memorial building. Well, not on top, the top floor of the memorial building. They didn't let small children
That
run
would've
around the
been much
roof.
better.
That would have been fun, though, wouldn't it? But my first ever experience with a urinal, because I didn't know what. There's all these little girls, and we go into the bathroom, and there's this big bank of urinals, and we were like, "What is that?"
You're supposed to sit on them.
And someone had to explain to all of us what they were. I remember that plain as day. We thought that was so cool. And now it will all be gone.
Yeah,
Man.
no one.
So sad.
Save the
The
urinals.
educational
I
opportunity
know.
for other future.
There will be no young
Legionettes.
girls getting their exposure to urinals at the age of 7. Very sad.
It is.
It'll be up to their parents to tell them about them.
It will be.
We need to save that building.
There you go.
That's the
Save the
reason.
urinals.
That's the
Jump
reason.
that first.
Yep.
But yeah, so anyway, the library was
That's our
there.
chant. It has nothing to do with the building. It's just about the urinals. Small girls
Yeah.
need education.
They'd probably let you keep them.
Yeah, you know how sometimes we'll tear a building down, you can keep a brick.
Yeah.
I'm sure you
Just
need
keep the
urinals
urinal.
for the urinal.
I'm going to call Randy Evans after the show and ask him if I can keep a urinal.
Yeah.
Could be part of Main Street TV.
Yeah.
Put it here
We
behind
just
us.
hang it here on the wall.
Yeah, it'll mount right on these bricks.
That's true.
Yeah.
On the bricks. And it's not green, so
Yeah,
it's
it'll be
good.
great. So anyway, back to the library history. So the library was there
Library
for a
history.
long time.
Okay, so it was in the
From
memorial
the
building.
40s when the building was built until 1975. It was just in one room over to the left area where SWAT camera's office is. That area was the library over on that side.
Oh, okay.
So, that little meeting room and things that's over on that side. So anyway, yeah, it was there, and then obviously that was very small. Phyllis Handley back in the day in the 70s.
Phyllis Hanley had her
She-
hands in a lot of things locally here.
She was a longtime library board member, and she wanted the library to be a modern library in Jackson. So she did a lot of fundraising, a lot of boots to the ground work. And,
Really? I didn't know this part.
She was able to get money together and get some grants and some local funding, and she bought the place where we are now, which was Schaefer's grocery store originally. And it was one of the first buildings, Schaefer's was one of the first buildings in Jackson County to have automatic opening doors.
Wow.
And then they took them out whenever they made it
I
the
was going
library.
to say, wait a minute, there's no automatic opening
And then they took
doors.
them out and replaced them with the heaviest doors that you could possibly find. So anyway.
So that building was not built as the library. It was a grocery
it was a grocery
store.
store, yeah.
Well, that's interesting. And they took out the automatic doors. Why would you do that?
I don't know. I never did figure that out.
The Potter room is where they kept all the meat.
Yeah, that was
Like
like
when
the...
they had the grocery stores actually had butchers working there, and they would
Yeah.
cut up the meat.
It's still haunted to this
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
By the ghost of cows.
Do you hear faint sounds of mooing
Every
in
once in a while,
the
you
dark?
walk down the hallway and you're like, "Mrrr,"
Yeah.
what?
You're like, whoa.
But it's always cold in the Potter room.
Cold chills.
Yeah. Nobody knows why.
Faint.
Oh, yes, you do know why.
Faint smell of steak. But anyway,
Soon.
No, I did not know that that was a grocery store and that
yeah, it
that's
was Schaefer's
That's
grocery
cool.
store. Whenever we do remodeling and things, it's always kind of fun because we'll take off like some drywall or something, and you'll see like remnants of the store, like an old sign or like something wrote on the wall or something. So it's kind of cool.
It is fun. We did when we did a bit of remodeling at the new Sixth Sense, and not only did we find interesting things, but we stuffed interesting things in the walls. So therefore, if somebody else comes in and does some remodeling, they're going to find gifts.
Halloween skeletons and things like that to freak them out.
There's some fun stuff in the walls. Let's just put it that way.
Asbestos.
I was going to say.
Yeah, not asbestos. No. But yeah, no, there's Let's just say we all have a really good sense of humor, as you guys do, also. No asbestos.
Good. Yeah, unless you had some masks or something too. But anyway, that used to be Schaefer's department store, became the library. It
That's
has
so
been
cool.
the library ever since. It's one thing that Phyllis did whenever she found that building was she found a very nice building for it because it has been able to provide the community for 50 years very well.
Absolutely.
It's a nice low maintenance building. It's done its job, and it still is probably for another 50 years. So
Absolutely, you got it. But we hope everybody comes out to this 50th anniversary celebration.
the Chamber of Commerce will be there for a ribbon cutting for our new Discovery Garden area, which is
Love it.
finally done. It has some outdoor musical instruments, native plants. We have a weather station out there. Little shelter house that I mentioned that we can have programs. We had our bird program over the weekend was there.
On Saturday, I had Ohio School of Falconry there.
Okay, that's cool.
They brought like 2 owls and some hawks and things like that. And in that little garden area, I had 73 people.
Really?
Yeah, which is I was really surprised. Like on a Saturday afternoon, I wasn't sure how many people were going to come, but man, everybody really surprised me.
Awesome. See, and that's what the whole point is, right? Like, is to enjoy that space. Now, can you rent that space out, like for a?
You can use it during business hours if we're basically the same criteria as the Potter Room.
Okay, it just has to be open to the public.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So if you're having a meeting or something like that, and you want to get frisky and go outside,
Yeah.
have at it.
Nice fall day or
Yeah.
whatever. It'll be a nice little area. So what else we got going on?
Well, this is the Books and Brew Book Club. Is the book for the month is Frankenstein.
Oh,
So, and that's going to be the last Friday of October, which is 31st, which is actually Halloween. So we'll be talking about Frankenstein at noon at 6 cents. And the ladies are wanting to dress up. I'm afraid I would be the only one that actually did it. So Frankenstein might be there.
There you go.
Man.
Love that.
You were Frankenstein before,
Yes,
right?
it was. Yeah.
I feel like you would make a good Frankenstein.
With your Justin Bieber wig?
Yeah, it's a Justin Bieber wig that I modified with some cardboard. If I need to be Frankenstein, I can be Frankenstein in a half hour.
Whoa.
Okay? Just so you know, if you ever need a Frankenstein on short notice.
Call John.
30 minutes or less, you have Frankenstein at your door.
Can we DoorDash him?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the old Domino's thing.
Frankenstein services. I
So-
love it.
Yeah, so that's on Halloween.
Very cool. No, that's fun. So is the book Frankenstein, is it like funny or is it very serious?
No, it's
is
really
it dark?
sad.
Sad.
It's
Oh,
very
it's sad.
Yeah. It's, he and I were talking the other day that there's not really been a true to the book adaptation because it's a pretty philosophical book, and Frankenstein is a lot more self-aware than in any of the adaptations. I mean, he kind of is like just a person in the book, and obviously he's made out of like preserved corpses, so nobody really wants to talk to him. So that's like kind of
So
what
it is like a,
the book's kind of about how he's struggling with the fact that he can't ever make connections with anyone because of
Yeah.
the
because
way
he's
he
a
looks.
freak.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
He
Which
tries
is
to be
sad.
good.
It is very
helpful,
sad. Yeah.
Aw.
You read any spooky books this month?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Have you ever read a scary book?
Besides Goosebumps.
Yeah.
I've
read
never
ton of
read a
those.
Goosebumps
I've
book.
read so many of those.
Yeah.
I
No, I haven't ever.
I won my AR goal in like 4th grade almost exclusively off Goosebumps books.
Nice.
Yeah, you can bust
Love
those things
that.
down in like a day. Yeah.
I remember, so I read one like scary book, and I remember it like it was yesterday, and I couldn't read it anymore because I was young, and it scared the heck out of me, and I was for sure, it was called The Boy That Saw Bigfoot.
Oh my God.
And I was
here
for
we go
sure
again.
that Bigfoot was looking in my window at night while I was reading the book. And so I gave it back to my mom had bought it for me. And I was like, no, can't do it anymore. Yeah.
She threw it out the window and you heard, ow!
I know he went, roar. I don't know. Yeah, so that was it for the scary books.
No, man.
Yep.
John, are you reading anything scary this month?
Well, I'll be reading Frankenstein pretty soon.
That's
So,
not scary. We just talked about
More sad than scary.
yeah.
that's
Pete
just-
Wilson just walked in. Have you ever read Frankenstein?
Yes, had to read in college.
Oh, you did have to read it in college.
Right.
Okay.
A little bit different than, watching the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. The book is much different than any, adaptation or
You should
portrayal.
start with that and then watch the movie.
Okay.
be disappointed.
Yeah. But I still like the movies. So I like the original Boris Karloff movies because I like the old Universal horror movies. And there's like going to be 2 movies coming out soon. Guillermo del Toro has done a new Frankenstein movie. It's going to be on Netflix. And then Maggie Gyllenhaal has got a movie about the bride coming out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
So he's going to be back in our public conscious again pretty soon because of those 2 movies.
Gotcha.
And it's like, I don't know what it is about that story that keeps getting remade and reimagined for different times, but people seem to like that story.
Yeah.
There's something about it that people gravitate towards.
That's right. Well, very good. Well, guys, is there anything else you want to tell our viewers while you're here?
Nope. I think we're good.
Well, we thank you so much for stopping by today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Yes, and thank you for my invitation. I greatly appreciate it. And you all are invited as well. 50 years at the current location of the Jackson City Library. October 14th, 5 to 7. Come out and celebrate.
See you then.
Very good. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We have another message, and then Pete Wilson will be over here with some news. So we'll be right back.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
All right. Well, thank you guys, and have a fun day at the library. And our good friend Pete Wilson stopped by, so let's do some news.
Okay. Well, this is something that's happening right now. Do not know what caused it, but there's kind of a major electric outage going on.
I heard about that.
South of Jackson. Right now, there are 808 customers affected. AEP Ohio is what we're told. And it's kind of a section just on the south end of Jackson. Of course, the city of Jackson is served by the City of Jackson Electric Department. But it's just south of Jackson, and it goes all the way south to State Route 279 on both sides of State Route 139. Not too far to the west, not too far to the east, but as far to the east as State Route 35, not far from Jackson, and on both sides of State Route 93, not quite to the Jackson County Airport. So if you can picture that in your mind. So it's kind of a wide area.
Okay.
Didn't have any communication directly with AEP Ohio, but with what they are posting, it looks like that the outage was first reported at 8:24 a.m. this morning, and they do expect restoration by 11 o'clock this morning. So they seem to have a handle.
They're working on it.
They seem to have a handle on it. Just before it came on, the word "working" was the status.
Okay, good.
So don't know what caused that, but but it's pretty wide area, and you always take all our communications and utilities and services for granted until you don't have them.
It's so interesting because my internet at about 8:20 went out this morning, and I was like, "What the heck?"
So that's what happened to you.
My power didn't go out, but my internet did, and they immediately sent a message and said, due to a power outage, we're experiencing.
You're not on AEP Ohio.
No, we're on Buckeye Rural,
Okay.
but the internet evidently company is on AEP. So
Okay.
whatever.
All right. So that kind of paralyzes you too, your communication.
No
and so
big
forth.
deal. I just come here, so.
Right, and then by 11 o'clock or maybe a little after, we won't know about it. It'll be gone.
Yeah.
And it won't matter anymore. Right now, it matters to those folks. All right. A big event yesterday. It wasn't really a public event, but there was a lot of the public there. A Parks Edge Event Center from 4 to 8 p.m. Holzer Health System had a reception, and I'm glad that they did it because this was worth celebrating. It's been 25 years since Holzer built its new facilities in Jackson. I'm talking about both Holzer Medical Center Jackson Hospital and Holzer Jackson Clinic up on Pattonsville Road. The hospital, of course, out on 500 Burlington Road. That is Dr. Rodney Stout. He is the Chief Executive Officer, by the way, for Holzer Health System. And you see the backdrop there. That's what it was all about, the 25th anniversary celebration of Holzer in Jackson. And also, there was a couple other speakers as well that were there. And in addition to Dr. Rodney Stout, there was Gary Roach, who is the one of the member of the board of directors, and Lori Cremines, who was vice president of operations for Jackson, for the Jackson operations. So some higher ups there. A lot of current officials, board members, employees, past employees were there. Some members of the community were there as well. And it was more of a celebratory social mixer to recognize the milestone thing than a big program at all. But those people did make brief remarks as well and had some good things to eat and drink as well. So a momentous occasion there. Of course, we remember back, I think even you are old enough to realize how important that was at the time that it was done.
Very much.
Because, there in Jackson County, there had always been the Oak Hill Community Medical Center, which later became part of Holzer, and then it closed. But Jackson, it has always been an issue for years and years that there was no hospital in Jackson, a quote hospital. Because when you have a hospital, you have an emergency department, and that is vital. And of course, back in 2000, people may remember who are old enough that even though they were both called Holzer, there was two separate groups. So there was a physicians group that operated the clinics. It was kind of an odd thing, but they never could get together on working together until later. They merged in 2012, and now it is all Holzer Health System. But that's why instead of one big area, there are two campuses, which I guess are good. You have
which that works out
two
fine.
different, the hospital out on Burlington Road and the enhanced clinic, much bigger than the past clinic out on Pattonsville Road. The Pattonsville Road has specialists going there, and most importantly, I think, which extended hours for medical service when you need it, when you don't need to go to the emergency room, but you want help now. So that was a very important thing for Jackson County, and I'm sure the economic development people, the government people, the political people know the significance of having that in town. Because if you're living in town and you're a townie, you want to be in Jackson, but then you realize there's not a hospital. It would be better if you're somewhere nearer a hospital than 30 miles.
Yeah, I mean, 30 miles to travel in an
To
emergency
Chillicothe or
situation
Gallipolis.
is, time is of the essence sometimes, and that's kind of scary to think about.
So, I was glad that they were able to mark that milestone, and it seems like time flies. I remember when they were building the hospital and all, and it's been 25 years, amazing. And, it's a challenge in the current economic and political climate. It comes and goes. It's harder for the rural hospitals and clinics to make it, believe it or not. I know that medical care and health care costs a lot, but it costs a lot to do it as well.
Absolutely.
And attract employees and they have both sustained themselves through the last 25 years. Holzer, of course, also has the Jenkins Memorial Clinic in Wellston, and they have a new clinic that's been operating not all that long in Oak Hill now, for the convenience of patients in those towns. All right, if you have traveled through downtown Jackson, you know that there's some things going on there as well. There is basically what started, Jennifer, is the Downtown Revitalization Project, the first phase of that. Now, the Downtown Revitalization Project is going to include a lot of pretty things, new sidewalks and curbs, landscaping, sidewalk trees. It's going to beautify the downtown for sure, to the tune of $3.7 million. That's a lot of money. That's an Appalachian Community Grant Program that was announced last year through the governor's office. But what's happening now is some preliminary things. I'm glad they thought of this. The water lines in Jackson, in downtown Jackson, are old. There you see work that has been taking place now for over a week, right at the intersection of Broadway and Pearl. That's been blocked off there, a block in between. You can travel there and park in those blocks between, but you can't really get through now because they are putting in new and larger water valves and then water lines as well. That work will be continuing for a while in the downtown area. And Mayor Randy Evans told me yesterday when I saw him at the Holzer reception that they hope to go right into the streetscaping work afterward. Now, we're going to run into some weather possibilities, but they want to do that work as quickly as possible. He would like to see it all done about this time next year. And there's a lot of contingencies and things maybe they can't control that will be involved in that. And it's going to disrupt the downtown a lot as far as roads being blocked off and construction taking place. But when it will be done, I think it will be great for the businesses that are downtown, for the visitors that come to downtown, and for the residents to enjoy. It will definitely be, I think, an economic development factor that will be positive for everybody concerned. But that work is taking place now, and you just may as well expect some phase of this work to take place for quite a while, maybe about for the next year, depending on when they can work.
It's going to be a pain in the rear end, and let's just be honest about it. But it's progress. So
it is, and there's some work taking place on other blocks of the downtown where streets aren't necessarily blocked off, but they're digging. They're digging. They're replacing those water lines first, and then will come the construction on the streetscaping things, which will involve sidewalks, curbs, and streets as well. All right, the Oak Hill Band Show. We told you that was held last Saturday. Red Thompson Jr. was there. We can show you a couple photos from that. That is the Oak Hill Marching Oaks heading into Davis Stadium in the parade of bands leading the way. They were definitely in the spotlight. They also performed their famous Lights Out show, where they have all the glow sticks and like that in the dark. They did that as the grand finale. The Jackson Marching Ironmen were also there as well. been a busy time for the bands with all the band festivals, the band shows, and the parades and the football games, and they stay very busy, and so very good for them. You can see that it always draws a good crowd there at Davis Stadium. That's the home stands there. It's a pretty good sized stadium as well. Joyce McClurg, our good friend, was the PA announcer. Of course, Bryce Werntz, who has been a remarkable band director at Oak Hill now for a number of years, done so much to build the band program there. He's in charge of the Oak Hill Marching Notes and the band program, and it was he who 20 years ago wanted to start the band show to put the band program in the spotlight. And, you know,
As
it
they
serves another important purpose, too. It raises money to support that program because musical instruments are not cheap.
You got it.
Right. All right, so what else can we tell you about? We'll stay right with Davis Stadium right now. Another exciting thing that happened, this was on view during the band show, and for last week's football game and the football game before that, they have 2 new scoreboards at Oak Hill. This is one of the new scoreboards. That is the new, it's not a Jumbotron. That word gets used generically, but that is a brand of scoreboard. This is a video scoreboard. It's not a Jumbotron, but it does videos, all right? And, of course, has big panels to show you, the score and what the first down yardage is and the timeouts left and all like that. That is the smaller scoreboard on the other side of the stadium. That would be on the north end of the stadium. As you know, you're on 93 driving towards Jackson. That was where the old scoreboard was, and they replaced that completely with this smaller scoreboard. But on the other side of the stadium, towards where the concession stand and the locker rooms are, that's the south end. That's where they put the new big video scoreboard.
Gotcha.
And the school board has had a great deal of positive comment about that. Now, as you can guess, that's not cheap either.
No.
But they invested in it with an eye towards, not only enhancing the experience for ball games and band shows and like that, make you feel like you're in someplace really special, like a college place. But what it also does is they hope to recoup some money and make some money through advertising
it gives
space
you that ability.
on the scoreboards. Because
sure.
people are anxious, there's my business up on the scoreboard or my name up on the scoreboard if I just want to support the schools.
Yep.
Public relations and advertising value there. So I'm sure that the Oak Hill school hierarchy and the athletic department is now in the process of trying to sell some of those spots. But they think that will be a moneymaker and will help pay for what they had to pay up front for those scoreboards. All right, so what else can we tell you about? I want to mention University of Rio Grande has some very good news to say. I've been wanting to say this for several times, and I've had to make it wait, but it's big news. They have had a record enrollment at the University of Rio Grande for the fall.
Sweet.
We had Ryan Smith there, the president, and a lot of this has happened under his tenure, so give him a lot of credit.
He
would be the
deserves it.
first to pass along the credit to many, as he should, because a lot of people have been involved in it. But their total enrollment through the fall is a record number, 2,641, and that passes the previous fall enrollment record of 2,582, and that was back in 2004.
Oh, wow.
So you can see that they've come a long way. I don't know what the enrollment was 3 or 4 years ago, but obviously it has come up quite a bit. They have showed significant growth during the down days of COVID when, it affected everybody adversely. That was in 2020, 2021, and maybe parts of 2022. But their population has grown. They do have it by percentage points, 42 percentage points since 2021. And that's just not a recovery from COVID. That's because of different strategic things they've done.
They've done a ton of things
enrollment.
there.
Exactly. Some of them, they've lowered tuition for room and board. They've expanded student support services. They have reduced tuition bills by more than 25%, making a 4-year degree significantly more affordable. One of the challenges they've always had the community college, very reduced rates the first 2 years, but then it goes up a lot for the 3rd and 4th year. They've made that more affordable to keep students there for 4 years. And of course, we know about starting a football program and a band program.
You got it.
So good for them. Real quickly, one other thing that we want to tell you about. We want to tell you about a student from Jackson High School who did something very, very prestigious not too long ago. And you wouldn't know about it probably unless you talked to the Douthit family Trent Douthit and his wife Katie, their oldest son Elliot did a summer program at none other than Oxford University in England. There is Elliot with an Oxford building behind him. Elliot is Katie and Trent's oldest son, and this was a forward-thinking summer school course at the University of Oxford, that is in England, to teach students the effective use of artificial intelligence in the years to come and how that links with business and like that. So, AI is with us now. It's going to stay with us. You need to learn how to use it and how not to use it for your personal success and also your professional success. And this was geared towards business. And so he happened to be the only United States citizen who was involved in this.
Really?
Right. He was the only one from the United States that was involved in this. And also, this was the very first program of its kind because it was for students ages 16 to 18. So he can say that he is the first alumni. It's not like they had 300 or 400 kids. They had like. Let me see how many they had. There were 40 students in that course, so it was pretty exclusive, And so I'm sure he had to meet certain. I'm sure he had to meet certain criteria to be able to do that, and his parents, I'm certainly supported that effort. But that was a article that we had in the paper a couple of weeks ago, got a lot of attention on Facebook.
That is super
cool.
cool.
At the Telegram, we do look for stories like that, but obviously we're not going to know about it unless somebody tells us. So, if you have a high-achieving adult or student doing something, particularly away from Jackson or Vinton counties that we wouldn't maybe know about firsthand, please let us know. We love to tell those kind of stories. All right, well, Jennifer, a lot of things I couldn't get to today. But we'll talk more tomorrow about some of those things. And then heading into the weekend, we've got lots of activities, football games, the Buckeye Fall Furnace Festival out at Buckeye Furnace, and a lot of other things as well that are exciting. We're working on a lot of those stories.
All right, and we thank you, Pete Wilson, for stopping in. Thanks to our friends from the library, and of course, at Manpower and Rachel there. Tomorrow, I think our special guest will be Jackson City School Superintendent Phil Howard. So we look forward to having him here, and we'll find out what's going on in the school district. So,
well, that's going to be very topical, Jennifer.
It will be.
There is a lot of things going on in the schools, but of course, some very important financial issues that you can kind of hear and then kind of forget about. You don't want to forget about it because it does need to be faced.
Stay tuned tomorrow because we're probably going to visit some of those tough topics.
Right, it is. They need more money one way or the other, and they need to cut money. And when you cut money, you cut things.
You do.
So that's the nub of it.
That is right. All right. Well, have a great day, everyone. Enjoy this beautiful weather we're having this week, and we'll be right back here in the morning. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, everyone.